So I'm going to answer a question in this video about how many employees can you have in a business if you want to try to use the payroll and Excel program that I have. I got asked today to put 1,000 employees in here. And my immediate response to that was, oh, I can't help you. Like, if you want to try to put 1,000 employees into a Google sheet, which is actually what the request was, I I mean, it's just, I actually got an error message in Google Sheets that told me and said that the file was going to be more than 10 million cells, and Google Sheets would not even allow me to create the number of rows I needed to. So I tried the Microsoft Excel version, which would be the more powerful, the larger size file that you can create in Excel. So I did that and I set it to 1,000. Notice that I only have 100 in here right now. I set it to 1,000 and I extended all the data and said, what if you had a business that was, paid your employees weekly and you want to put 1,000 employees in here? I created 52,000 rows of data here, and the file ended up being 117 megabytes in size and was essentially unusable. It took many, many seconds for any processing to happen every time you went into every cell. So 1,000 on the logarithmic scale of how big can the small business payroll and Excel file be, with the size of your organization. If you're getting to 1,000 employees, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen in here. But what is the threshold? And I can say that it's around 100. You can put 100 in here and it will work. So we have 100 in here now for the entire 50 state version. And you can end up changing all kinds of things. Like right now, we're choosing a local code for Pennsylvania here, starting to enter information for these employees. This will work, and it doesn't even have to be this big if you didn't need all 50 states in here. So I would say that the limit is about 100. Let's see, we're putting in a New Jersey tax rate here for a New Jersey employee. Any one of the states will work here. This is pretty reasonable, right? If you want to use the drop-down arrows to put in somebody else's daily data, you're going to get a bunch of things to choose from. And while this is not fast, I won't say that it's not, the cursor isn't moving around so fast. It's also not that slow, right? 1,000, 2, 1,000. You can get out of there. Stuff is generally working if you start really hitting the keyboard. So I would say this is functional at 100 employees, and that's about as high as you'd want to go. Maybe if you had to go toward 200, you could get it in there and it would still work. It would just start to slow down. But you end up getting a file size that's 20 megabytes and it's sometimes in excess of 20 megabytes, depending on how many sheets and how much data we continue to leave in this file. So the greater question about, well, how do you handle that company that has 1,000, Ken? Like, you got me to 100, but can you string 10 of these files together and do subtotal reporting? The answer is yes. Yes, you could do that. So, in theory, you can string multiple sheets together and query that. That's a more extensive build, and it would require a lot more of my time. It's certainly not along the same levels as what I offer when it comes to just a copy of this file that you can use. But I will say that up to 100 employees, yeah, this will work. This will work okay. It will start to continue to grow throughout the year. But that's about where I put the max on it. So for those of you that are thinking, when you have a business and you're contacting me and you'd like a payroll file, is it going to work for the organization of your size? If you're under 100 employees, I feel confident I can provide you a product that will work and that will be functional. If it's going to be over 100, that includes hires and fires, total turnover coming through your organization, I would say you have to go with something more robust than this. So that'd be my advice. All right. Good luck, everybody. Payroll should be easy. We're trying to make it so at least at 100 employees and under, we're able to do that. All right. Good luck. May all your payroll be easy.